Many of us have these pictures. I have pictures of family, of course, from the 1800s and lots from then on. There are technologies now that are using a form of artificial intelligence.
Good morning, everybody. A very cool new deepfake website that will take your old pictures and animate them. Yes, those photos you've had for all of these years, you can now put in and it will turn them into a live, living person video. It's amazing, but there's some risks. That's what I talked with Jim about this morning. Also, of course, I had to bring up this Microsoft hack. I have had it with Microsoft. So here we go with Mr. Jim Polito.
There is a warning. Using this could come back to haunt you. Joining us now, the man with all the answers, our tech talk guru friend, Craig Peterson. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Jim. Man, I remember LaVale myself. It's a small world.
You know Roger LaVale?
The name is just crazy familiar, so I'm sure we've met before. Well, maybe it's another one.
No, Roger did work in high-tech weather systems, satellite communication systems, weather systems. Your paths may have crossed at one time. He traveled the world. He was a great man and a terrible loss. Thank you. I appreciate that. So tell me, people experiencing a loss because, say, they never met a grandparent. This was a great idea, right? You've warned us about how they can take my face, though, and make a video of me saying things that I would never say, and that's pretty bad. But this was a nice, a heartwarming application. No?
It really is. By the way, it's too late to worry about these things. I see the next election cycle being full of these fake videos.
Yeah.
MyHeritage, you can go there. It's a very cool site, kind of genealogy. There's so many people that are really interested in that. I have a son that is. We've traced our genealogy all the way back on both my mother and my father's side, back to the 700s.
Wow.
And my mother's side, like the 900s or so. Once you hit a royal line, it's just really easy, right? They really keep track of genealogy.
Royal Peterson. Listen, be careful, because Megan Markle and Harry will be saying terrible things about you. So be careful, you know?
Well, did you ever see that TV show Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, some of those characters are my ancestors.
Oh,
the guy with the bad legs or whatever it is, right? I'm related to him. It's really weird. Now I have a daughter living in Norway, so small world. Many of us have these pictures, and I have pictures of family, of course, from the 1800s and lots from then on. There are technologies now that are using a form of artificial intelligence that don't just take your photo. And I have software that does this. For instance, I use some software that uses artificial intelligence and the machine learning that's built into the Apple devices now in order to really clean up pictures, make them look absolutely amazing, beautiful pictures from the 30s and 40s. What MyHeritage is doing with their deep nostalgia is taking that to a much higher level, and it makes some assumptions. If you've got a picture of someone that's maybe you're taken a little bit from the side or head on, it doesn't really matter. It looks at that picture and it mirrors it, because in most cases our faces are almost the same on both sides, right? You draw a line down the middle of your face, Jim. The right side is probably pretty similar to the left. The top of your head is probably fairly easy to figure out what's there. What you can do with this Deep Nostalgia app here that's available online is upload a photo, and it will have that person come to life. Their head will move around, their eyes will blink, they will smile. It does all kinds of amazing things. It is, as you said, it's kind of cool to think about what my grandpa or grandma or whomever have looked like back in the day if this was a little video.
So what's the problem with it?
Well, we've had this problem for a while. Most of these deep fake apps that are available are from, you guess it, There's this big country, like 1 billion plus people. You have an idea? China, right?
I know where you were going.
A lot of these are Chinese-based. They are taking our photos and doing basically whatever they want with them. We've seen this problem more and more as people have paid more attention. And that is, what rights do you have to that photo or video? And once that photo has been modified by an AI or something else, what rights do you have to that modified version? This is really easy to do. You can upload your picture, you hit the animate button, you set up an account. If you leave it on that website, they have access to it and the rights to it. We've seen many times that people are doing malicious things with some of these pictures. I don't even want to go into
that. So you basically cede ownership of that intellectual and physical property, because it's a photo, to them to be able to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the second problem that most people have, and that is they're not using password managers, which means they are reusing passwords. You go there, you can set it up using, for instance, in this particular case of MyHeritage, you can use your Google login in order to log in. They have premium services. Most people are going to be reusing their passwords. They're reusing them across sites, and that's been just an absolutely huge problem. And you might have decided to submit even more personal data to MyHeritage than just the basic information you have to give to create an account. Yeah, you see where it's going, right? So it's never a bad idea to reduce your digital footprint. Adding this in, giving up our photos may be good, may be bad. If you want to try it, it is kind of cool. They say that if you delete that little video off of their website, they're not going to use it.
Can we be sure of that? You know who we're dealing with. A year ago, they were telling us, no, we don't have any problem over here with COVID, with any kind of a weird pneumonia or people dying. No, by all means. No, everything is A-okay. Well, it's not. Craig, I really appreciate that. I've got a longer final word coming up today. I thought that this was very, very important because it's something you will click on. You see other people's stuff and you're so thrilled. And it's always good to hear from Craig Peterson about these things. Craig, in other ways to hear from Craig Peterson, His Highness, His Royal Highness, HRH. We're going to have to put HRH in front. How do we hear from His Royal Highness, Craig Peterson, in the future?
Hey, I sent out something, a real quick word of warning. 100,000 or more businesses have been hacked, apparently by the Chinese, because they're using Microsoft's Exchange server, okay? Government agencies have been hacked by this. Retail, education, our schools have been hacked. Hospitals have been hacked. Microsoft just released a patch for it, but it does not remove what it did, which is put a backdoor in your machine. They're taking everything from all of these businesses, government agencies. If you're using Microsoft Exchange, patch it up now and then restore from backup, because they may have compromised your machine. If you are someone who's been using Microsoft Exchange, find options. I've had it with Microsoft. I have had it with them. This is the final straw. Forget it. So anyway, CraigPeterson.com. You'll find out about this and so much more. There are so many little trainings. I have started giving them every week, multiples. I got big stuff coming up. CraigPeterson.com.
Craig, thank you so much, as usual. What a great contribution you make to the show. We'll catch up with you next week, or who knows, maybe before.
Take care, Jim.
Thanks. Craig Peterson, great guy.